Well, Obi, whatever my lot.
Thou hast taught me to sing, that it is well. It is well.
So whatever.
It is well. It is well.
But whatever.
It is well. Yeah.
And I think now every second, as I say, is your day. Na yehunya make us here.
Yeah.
And ni pabay, you know. Na yeti asese abrabona yebono. Yeah, after the entry home free yankasa adwene si nim nyansa bo nyame so. Yendu sam pempen so na ye beti asese ya pem. Na ya ho odini ntimi
FM
aje urade.
Yeah.
But ni nyina ne begina anamontu a ibitu killing that self.
Yes.
In quote.
Yes.
It's very important. Obi a obenya mfasode bia wa brabom bia na abotire bia no, you need to kill the real you. That's Kwabena Asante.
Yeah.
Killing is that you are running away from the last 4 things in life. Nyoma toto en konkonse di adaji ase ne kwa trotwa nyoma ensem fatam. You need to kill it from the body.
Yes.
Obi honma they say mesumi weakness. Ohu ade bia obeto na de hawo bounce. I don't know. What I say. If you don't kill that self now,
so what should I make a crabby or parry? If
you don't kill that self now, getting to where you want to get
it's
to,
true. It's true.
It becomes but maybe idea is only 1 year, do
oh, the bear 10 years.
10 years. Over 10 years.
Yeah, it's true. Identifying your weakness is very important. So you work.
What did you say? Baby, I do know. Oh, yeah, who to know, baby, and it's going to be a national conversation. We have started from. Baby, I do know you who to know. Say, wow, nyansa, wow, what the when you see jai talk, I didn't jai. Not for other things because the more you are relying on human beings who are limited, the more you are failing yourself as an individual in life. Even you may cook rana. Yes, and then you may know AI na asefo no ewurawuram kama ade a nipa ye nemfidie den yes you man bi won ma say no say wo sua lithium ho adesua wo sua we sa nyoma no na baze na wo ye adwumaku na wo te ho na wo se de ekoso wiase nyina aye global no aye no ne hia ye no wo se no unye bi wo ye oman wo se unye bi wo ya ankrankra wo se wo update and wo upgrade the old things are there in middle school. These are 7. You want to stick to that same thing there. And I mean, catch your own actually. If you go to Dubai, America, Canada, Germany, France, Oko Egypt, South Africa, and they are adjusting to the world change. Every minute, every second, it's
true.
So what adjustment?
And a while so
because with him we have become very irresponsible, for lack of a better word. We have become very irresponsible citizens. It is a matter of propaganda and blame game. We'll get to our leaders, but our levels of irresponsibility in this country will be every blessed second, not day. Say the AC shoot to corner and the money yana say afa bebia.
And this is at the individual level.
Afa bebia.
The individual citizens sense of irresponsibility.
Afa bebia. Our levels of irresponsibility. And this irresponsibility, it will keep growing because you need equal measure for checks and balances. It is, for instance, over New Tower. And when you got any if you are free got any no show kakreto rubber ne plastic as we need go kwa anim ye me twam onsu twam assembly ni su twam adwadifo ni su twam store for ni su twam nkwara do mo da ho no su twam ye nyina no ye be kwa basa am ye de car tire afafa so am e bia chef chako got ma sense no am sent no as a rural stores am yare so I think that naturally no who and free sa curse nasia. Forgive me, it's a curse now. No sane human being Because sa irresponsibility no and a breedy that freedom for indiscipline and a corruption. Because you cry truck driver timijina kwan finfin
or
elodu.
Yeah.
Now who no obekwa driver na sutre say parking baby ye.
I saying the do what time
What did do ni obusuafo nyina tem se wanya hotel. Na passenger for na o dwene o mun kwa hone one a year road users so be abanya ne kwa passenger for binum beka.
On me support driver na saying the do.
Masaya na mo da na mo boda mo da mo ka obi a ho atoro.
Mo tutu mo kwan
Yes,
mo bro chi ne
ba. Yes. This is the country we are living in. And beyond this, there's somebody who say, because most of us are ignorant, you know, near few see him, no. Now you know what time is it, you know. Obi oba ade adwuma den kakra be bɔ ne bra na obenya sika obenya anaso obenya puto na yie sikadru krono wa wi ayen eno so nim bi asade aba yen so ayesa element na eti akire kasa no na ebridi ahoya ani bre na ntitwitwa konkonsa etrodie edi sey
yen sey no
so wo de hwe oman ni muani nyina ye chichire no wo de hwe oman na ye chichire no. It is a yantias baby sure. We have no choice than to bring on the armor of discipline and responsibility and accountability, truthfulness, honesty, and transparency. Today, be yantias these traits, no, will kill this self.
Yes.
And then overcome this self. By the time maybe overcome, in 5 years, our realization will be that you dear watch. Say you kuya when I'm in dia. Kabay now them say a trash Americans, no, and a for a compete. So we should kill ourselves. Killing ourselves, no. Our last for Nyoma and papa things that can wait. Train, Obi.
That's the way between instant gratification and delayed gratification. You move brain up instant gratification. Into say, Nyame na dom na obi hu ne mobo echenisika oye adwuma na ewomu a impofrem allowance bi aba etuama ne pa e no kai say oh kempis kini kra ba kra mi di wo hoda wo tie ne o kan ozo ma say enye we na be mo
ana fi bi kra sa
we
obia di ho o ka say wo ho a adwuma wo ye no sebi enje bre enko home enje wa o sika no bi edi kaba sebi bre nyina ameti ameka say kakra menya eja hwe me ni me manya adofo ni na menya impact positively but it doesn't mean that you should
be reckless
and be clueless. It is only bra you my hobby. You have a problem. If you don't know the times that we are in, we are in times a global crisis. Now, if you go to the Americas, Obi, they cannot tell you that after COVID, no, even Sika abandoned family Numa, any hotels, restaurant, abandoned shall say this.
Sure.
Almighty America. Go to the Afro shops. Now catch them say a buono that switch na the
no.
Uda ko Costco this and me I did na ko say ene oil yes ye dey gaga ko na ko show ko rent matters ko people are yet omo hours so
bills
yes
gas bill electricity water
so the
even in the
UK world is in crisis. That is the first understanding necessary in ETIAS and no ya no as Ghana
personal economy.
We have to manage it well. That is where one ETIAS omobuso mbe onwan kasa omadwuma no aban bia obeba bia no only choice than to ensure that while unkofo no any adwuma e wo man nim no ebetimi agina yi. There to be even though the world you understand this that we are all in global crisis and challenges. Because interconnectivity. Obi amania sang obi santi. Wa ma ho anya dia de bia no se soro for ne twe form bo a. And okwa de obetena form complete because obu na bi ne okwa na akotwa fa ho. It is time for us also to be disciplined in so many things that we do as aban, as individual, as a Jumekuo, as it started with killing that self.
Sure.
Because aban expenditure in times like this, I need to say globally, your crisis sika kra okopa and then Oman na attractive muro so a sika nya ne be ding and no colonial masters ne kra grant ne kra no omo de back na omo su omo yam
oh yeah middle income country
eti aban bia wo so bia bre ti sei no usika sam ehun nkuntabuo no ene kwa ofa so adu sika di djuma no
yes
ene djuma kwa adu usika no eye no
1 to 2 years
ese se tutu ne ye aban woni choice bia o
it's true
ese se tutu ne ye se 1 to 2 year a whole now say increase the levels of mistrust, hopelessness, and helplessness. And also, I shall say, now what my who quite say, ho ye, basa basa, saka saka, into the any nyoma and self fatano, and a part of our daily life as a country.
Yeah, and as we as a country so recover, enemy whose story be in the newspapers, no more say local businesses are very affected by COVID, no. But 80-90% of those businesses now are back on track. As I say, they are posting some good figures. And the businesses that started here, they air bounce back, which is some very good news. And I think going forward, no, the focus of government should be on how do we help these businesses to grow and pay almost staff well. And if it's possible to also regulate the private sector to ensure, say, private sector players would align, you know, with the systems in place, because it cannot be said abayaduma be anywhere atriaka below the minimum wage, and you have a private company paying below the minimum wage. It doesn't make sense in a country like ours. And I think going forward, no, as we all help our businesses to bounce back stronger, no, it was our mind share na Ghana for also here Juma was ankran human no. Their salaries should be aligned well, because when people are paid well, then you can tell them such as can they bounce them after you then manage you see can ye fabi 2 years fabi we say that is when people are paid well. Be kwakoye hand to mouth. Say they say you say obit me ye adwuma 40-year-old or on kwala ensa wo yere na oye adwuma ma private security company nti na etuan 800 Ghana a month in Accra. It doesn't make sense.
How does it survive?
It doesn't make sense.
On the system breedy.
Yes.
A breedy corruption.
And also a breedy corruption.
System
and we should yes. Emasa corruption.
So Obi, you know
that has to be done.
Raised. Maka indiscipline, Maka how irresponsible we are citizens, Maka a sense of patriotism and seriously focus from. And 2 areas. Mesre. Obi yen kosumbo mpaye ema ya doctor for.
Doctors.
A doctor for, and a driver for, and a teacher for. And me feel be one after the other. You know, doctor for no. I'm saying this because Obi enye apostolic ne Pentecost nyamini sima. Come a family member through the negligence of a doctor in the central region. By now, we don't have to get angry with them. Omo disciplinary committee na se for nyame sure. But we have to pray for our doctors and the health workers. A draw or the ma and then the opposite. A da Bushanini who send the situation a compound of our phone friends, senior doctor.
Yes.
Or boy doing a Yarena idea man or boy doing doctor as well, Gina Fos guy, Jesus way, maybe I'll be a Brazil. In fact, I think Yano Nkunku ye joy because timer. Or the first senior doctor, any bra or money be drew hospital.
Yes,
it was I think some few seconds away from the person to die. And you can imagine, Yankasia platform issue, the number of people on my bar, wrongful application of medication,
total negligence. Wow, Bauman unim. I am the say we raise doctor. I say I emceed a program.
Yeah.
Ewo British Council Hall.
Yeah.
Anopeya.
Yeah.
It was the launch of Patients' Right Watch Ghana.
Okay.
Patients' Right Watch Ghana.
Okay.
It is NGO.
Okay.
But muno babe pushy for patients. Many why patient hospitals no yen right.
Yeah.
Let me tell you one thing. Unim say for every profession, you will in law you will be a duty of care. Into a doctor who duty of care to your patient. And So already further, apart from duty of care, we have what we call the standard of care. Standard of care, the minimum standard required. So we a doctor here, just as say be performing role be an activity be what is the minimum standard I will require? It be as a patient about consulting room. Now it was say we treatment be one so the minimum standard that we are seeing now expect of you. That's the standard of care. And I think one thing akwatia yenso ye man amasa negligence and irresponsibility na kosro as far as professionals are concerned the religiosity and spiritual nature.
Religiosity.
Indeed, the ordinary Ghanaian wako hospital doctor be adwuma wanye ni yama ni nua bi ewu no. Oh nyame na dema. Nyame na agi. We oye den nipa no we dey.
We destined to die at this very
point. So nyame enye nyame nhyehyeye mu a anke nsi nyame ahyehye indi wu a na we so wu na ye gya manaka. And the irresponsibility continues. Inti ene keynote speaker at the event na Professor Abuchi, Dean of the UPSA Law Faculty, and he did a brilliant job. I mean, the research, grounded speech was solid, and he spoke about the individual rights a patient be a woman, some of the rights, and I am happy at the launch of an NGO like this. Our public education or support for patient any other account, massive job. Or can be say in the 1970s a law was passed in this country, your friend of Hospitals Fees Act. Hospitals Fees Act. It's a law which is still in force. Oman unim say ene say we are paying for na onante echo any public hospital health facility e was say show free now ko
we are paying for.
Yes. Oh yeah, aged beyond 70 years and above. Oko public hospital bia e was say a show free. Yes, a buying hospital bia e was say a show free now.
Emranda so.
Emranda ho sisi ya. Emranda ho. Inti na obete say obi akwa wo buying hospital. Yes, you onti aka e dey ati on na man nyina go on ade no. It is completely illegal.
TT brothers na ko
yes, completely illegal.
But
Hospital Fees Act. Yes. Me yine na minim po say mrabi sa wo. Apparently, as a young lawyer, and the first case Odi, or the La Polyclinic and the court. Now, mami be akwako oniska or the betri and you are keeping a hospital for 6 months. Oh yes, in the oyin abandoned abafi, you know this 6 months to hospital. In about to his attention or call research no the court, and he won. And the woman had to walk free. Won't you? Because Emrana is still in force. Hospital Fees Act, yes. In your paying for a buying hospital be a cocoa. Na we will be beer, or ya or near show you will be beer free. What the 70 years and above on sway free. And why you and a lot of the rights our patients want Oman Bibri, and it was an eye opener for me. I'll try and get the young lawyer behind this NGO into the studio, and then we break some of these issues down. Wouldn't say our patients charter in poor. Patient, your charter, hospital, there should be a copy there. Ushemu and Yoma be
because Udam doctor diagnosed no cancer.
Yeah, they do what
we are with the Nipa Crabano. They would tune you. Do they maybe this will be survival. And these are the conversations we have.
It's also clear, say, some of the rights a patient cannot be enforced because your system no endru how to allow for those rights to be.
What maybe my presentation what is dangerous to even bring this out now. Very if rich you can't say crash or Bible when how can I say I don't know.
Hospital Fees Act.
But a very good education. And you want and more so as on mine. That's how I started that conversation. But a doctor phone, any another phone, any family negligence.
I think the lawsuits no should begin to come. Bebre na ye negligence. Unkai 37 ade you amode papa enu
na because witness a lot.
So amako winning.
And because you witness a lot to her. But after winning the damage that is caused.
Of course. Nipa na will occur. Yeah.
After winning whatever millions get into account. It's not relevant again. Mr. Omo in court. It's so painful. Anna sika bi aye on approve so mo dije obi. Na ko check vital sign obi penalty for Kolibua. Ejiska.
On the Sokoye, you were test to be a cocoya.
No,
By
Vitas,
announce say
normal. Well, we are budget.
Enon count. Neoma by announce say you free so bit my HIV/AIDS test. Men kai say account baby as ko check o blood pressure any sugar level you free men.
Me say well raho. Vital stars na be a ko check. Now check and no be 20 and 10 series. Yeah, you go.
Now if there was what just saying.
Na opim for cry free.
Na say no yamra. When did America say HIV AIDS test are free?
But you walk into a private place.
Yes.
Those things they do it just for free.
Who told you?
Oh, Mama example impact. When I mean question the crowd. Walk in there.
No, say, are you saying?
Who are you
saying?
Walk in. Without the crowd, go beyond the F crowd. There are special days. Be a day who knock a crowd man when and they will see. And they say, "Amusa, ni pampeno." The amount of that free opportunity.
No, the American say, a different.
Aside from that,
a difference. What cause a routine checkup? And be a for vital stats. Anybody randomly can walk into
anybody can, but I know who's a Ghana. No, the must have opportunity. MBM can say. So to say pregnancy, they are can't say. Don't be free to record.
And they am raw. And anybody who wants to enforce them,
yes. Let's see. About your time, why every night go. See, you'll be the Kolibukra with tea. I detain you. Our 20 brothers, and I say, Kofi Job, and I say, Ibrahim, and I say, Kennedy Japan. Who to see, I say, Omonia sa right, you know. Now, doctor, a lawyer for me, crown so a sebi. Almost so, Omun nim Sam Brow, you know. Ubay who say, Omun number trim.
Yes.
Mounts of the so, what you point?
Yes.
It must say negligence, so say working conditions, so whichever no. More than much and Ghana a pledge. More than see I can tell. Say ni papa be upa deliberately power moment some day. Never. And power a real and we in time can say yes, sir. In my case, when I'm here doom or recover, but in some others people be more baby. It been quite a job with deformity. So at the doctor for we revere them, we love them, we cherish them, and they health workers in but the best room.
As simple as
if you say, maybe better when in my weekend, you know, party, I know girlfriend koya and say boost my mom
or hangover.
Now I hangover. Oh, this uncle, my brother, me name back. Et when my banner crying to me any day, anything anymore. Now, man for be brave, so et to and this is the conversation
complete abuse
you are having before me. This is me bow suma ebi I betchima too. But me scream dia nipa be babe show me say ya pregnant. That's why and then maybe doctor or be 72 years. You are perfect. And I grow on granny so do na. But we have equally young doctors. This is Dr. Dazi impact.
Yeah, Dr. Dazi, solid guy.
Solid.
Yeah.
You are young guys, Zuma. We are very serious and focused. So it must say, Doctor B, no mechanical and no going private doctor Sable, over 80 years, but not on the still of my family.
Solid guy.
Solid.
Or Sable so for now are solid.
So Obi, but we are doctor for them.
Yeah.
Mestre. A teacher for no sooner, yammy in common. And commonly be a teacher for ni be the HN from 2 to bare 15, 16 years, no, and beyond ECOPIM SHS, from crèche to SHS. No. Teacher for ni be you don't understand what their problem is. You was stage behind in coma, there's only about Franny 80. But teachers need be no Obi. The type of conversations they are having with our kids in school. A bro adrenaline tiase so it is only obanu nia yonkofa oba apart from additional oba catch the practical things so akoso apart from additional maza what dana na egu abonti because enyoma oba ne be nim no through the teacher officer or a good influencer no a worse, especially on these matters of LGBTQ na buy no teacher for ni binim stands to our kids no so dangerous because omo be a teacher for. So they are preaching the opposite of what the masses are saying. Some of them.
We have to fish all of them.
We have to be careful. And they are pushing dirty mindset. Ghana, they are phone call politicians, papa, teach any and preach NPP, or be preach NDC. At a tender age, 8 years, 9 years, 10 years, I want to fee a fee nation.
Trim.
A fee. We have to be very, very careful with the kind of system, and we see that and Kolana ye Dutch. And you know, correct. So I Dutch no more banner the obi. Say any uncle ye Dutch no who dia. And you begin to jab a system. The doctors, teachers, let me restate that obia jumabi or yebiano very key. Bansati and your pet. You continue to single out because pilot don't do a free monomono. Once an empire and so. No more check pilot chrono, so I say they are picking the right person at the right time. Even the right person in the chrono. Oh, corner be to me. See, you're not on your minister. Nakoma Danny said, maybe on your pen or Dimitri. If God is not in the actor, your so called 80 years professional pilot, no chrono, be to me. So at every point, we need prayer and professionalism. Because if you are not at the mercies of God, your teacher for, your driver for, and I say, you can't say, the doctor for you best sink it because ye kum your kwasuni wiemni nsuo na a teacher for so poison the mindset of it na doctor for so almost my deformities.
And we use doctors here loosely into doctors for caregivers nurses anesthetist to someone pediatrician wow we are hospital for
yes, papa. Obi and our system no a breedy and a breedy saboteurs. People always want to sabotage. Whether public service, private service, the presidency, intra-party saboteurs. The system is very demonic, evil and castle. It's one casano when you are basobody, say we are national youth organizer or MPP. Baudi agura MPP now we are national youth organizer na kasano ombesa mo tutu amna do hwa koshima kata oso you'll be shocked. So we have saboteering mindset.
Yes.
Kanya na ye nyina ye prese e betime film no obi so de the next form e twitwa e twane sane boat bi destroy ade bi e ya gidoma bi ti so person yari zim be behind dark.
Because of all the things you can steal, boat and not as also pylons. Maybe move him another level.
The environment that we all find ourselves in, because we are people who cheer them on. Because yes, we lose as a country because some of these some of these installations,
yes,
you need anything no matter how forest the area is, you need anything to be as all touch it 1 second. There will be something that will reflect our national center. A bit was a kai, Oko D15 or a 12 forest or will be a temper with because we have to grow.
I know, sir, for some of those.
We have to grow.
33 kV is the other height and more SCADA system.
Yeah, we have to grow.
SCADA, no, it is when you touch cable, nankasa. Once we a daddy and a pylon, no, maybe they have to get there.
Whichever way,
it can be done.
It can be done.
Sure. So, obi attach pylon in a certain way. I was saying to me, a BP alarm be or baby, which means somebody is. Also be because to remove some bolt and nuts and the K12.
Yes.
So be to me. Etutu yi na ma pylon ni na timi buto form no. Oh wow.
Yes, I'm proud ya ko fa bet.
Wow.
O se dey be ma me sure na we dey ajo for pen o Ghana. Me bomb mu ase, you know time and I'm on telling you because na omutwetwa mu akiro no da stand. You know that was 1980s no.
Oh the 80s.
Amusi mu acham when na man na we o akaka gam na mo do. We don't matter.
And the man.
We dem say
mo me kasa kaka.
Mo me kasa kaka.
Yeah, mo fa me kasa kaka.
Thank you.
Said daughters, if and you won't answer. So we become when you know, I'm going to be Michael. Now, my comfortable, but all with what
yes, your phone, you know, 94.7. You say, we had the Moti and Kawaha. Now, you know, Mamma, Omanhene, and Obi. Yeah, program Kessia, Basonia Mayadoma, Palm Sunday, Saturday, Sunday, we are 24th March.
Wow.
35 years in ministry. And at the same time, glorious praise in honor of your cousin, your Bema of Akwache. Papa Kitwa. And all of a sudden, you see, Kayajai in Ukraine, but Sinyame on Concotre, say, and 20 year in honor of him. At the same time, Naya, you receive fans, Krabi, and they are supporting breast care.
Okay.
Who said breast cancer, you couldn't Ghana for Madrid. Because of say we need financial just to support now Mako Hospital and you be invite more special more family onyam and no bibia and mental history we are blessed we are
blessed say we want some we am tell you
but we
it pacho ya me to me be na o de kasa o wenye
to me bena we kasa ma ewu for sorry I am Risa did them feature so befie me jewa mintiasio enti mekoso masomoda
wow you don't see
program no free.
Okay.
Makers. Makers. Wow. And my who said Kumasi the year 14th April.
Yes.
And we are Church of Pentecost Bantama.
Who said Church of Pentecost?
Accra the 24th Makers House Chapel International. It's a free event. It is Sunday. Wow. Daughters of Glory. My nina Damasi. Ekosi says the higher Sempa 94.7 FM. Ma Yenshana Yentwas into Omanhene Kwabena Asante waha meneno airtwas. So that just gone by was Daughters of Glory Jesus. I mean the last time very first album Mebo Yesu Mebo so okay Mebo Udinda. I think that's the late 80s was the early 90s. Chalo macho papa, and they were very, very young.
But people are very interested in your health education. You better talk about Maka a teacher for no, Maka doctor for no, Maka a driver for no. Obi my next issue. When my main clear and quick enough, and I mean who said education PR no.
Yes.
Okika.
Question quoting.
Okika. Ochena adwene wan.
Asempa FM.
But I am a mesre. You know. Say assembly sia. Sabi. Ana ene wi as no be. The high koye no. Uhia no kure. So that we can help you solve the problem, because it will not be really abnormal to come and admit to say there are challenges even with some of the videos practical experience don't make anybody saying quitenete, right?
Quitenete, yes.
Or catch you know. Say an institution like multimedia no. Say assembly no kurenima obi nko over 1,000 schools. Enko fa assembly now for 10 schools the reason why we are all, and I don't blame anybody. The finance ministry and then the education ministry, i.e. leaders no more down, they are to be blamed. I remember even before this documentary, the minister himself came to say there are no challenges in regards to school feeding. That's falsehood. That's falsehood. Tiasre, I say fire service that no me here no. Yes, amamu no. Ye nyina na ye boaboa ye ho, am yet me abu man.
Yes.
Can you make me who say ye hwe nkwan be tisi nsuo no? I thought it was a framed up thing, because bibia fan to nchen Ghana for sometimes we exaggerate. So at we exaggerate, papa. But you will not sit for creativity to go through all your scanners say multimedia, not the falsehood. Sebi. No, you might disagree. Yeah, you might disagree with maybe some of the idea, but The state of our school feeding program, Nankasano. I beg the Honorable Minister for Education and the Finance Minister and the PRO himself. They know. They should admit. And let's see a proper solution to it. Because there are certain good reasons why certain responsibilities were taken out from the managers of our institutions. Because some of them,
headmasters.
Yes, some of them, they abuse those opportunities. Some of them, they abuse those opportunities. Na kanya krano, school for education ministry say talk kanya go deliberately they can offer it. No much the parents is kanya. It's going on. The mindset of the Ghanaian is becoming evil and demonic and unpatriotic.
Obia pesika.
Because we glorify money. Obia pesika. Because we glorify. We think that Abrabo Weno, it's all about money.
All what you need is sika.
I don't believe in that.
Because I don't
believe it. No, but when they hear
chairman.
And the man quite then me catch now say read the book same Steve Mensah on humility. What church? Omo inviting as a lead speaker. Ono ko church that got about 4 floor or so. And he talks about He took the Holy Spirit to talk to him, for him to understand that you are just an ordinary being. And the book, Humility, is all kind of and Apostle Selassie.
Apostle Selassie so the is solid.
You come to the realization that
because so we a headmaster and you tell us say time and free SHS na more admitted students, you know. Na omucha bigum. Now some of the very rich people in Ghana now headmasters account because I don't know so time more na procurement for no house just your more na be procure school uniform, school cloth, and then name them paraphernalia in the school or money procure. School fees no time now so to your school fees at to school account
but that's what I'm saying
now more control and free SHS and there a lot of these things have been taken away from them the answer pay other schemes but then yes say more admit fresh student now go schools ni be o man me say sad you friend say long
rake nana
that rake yetimi pile rake sana ase anwea e de ba be kwan e wo Ghana nyina schools ni be in the rake go ha brush I need to check it's me go more than 5,000.
I'm saying that I've been a teacher. I know why.
But clearly I rake bebrebe no
and it's because it's a loose society where we are all irresponsible but want to benefit from the act of responsibility. No, it's not possible. It may say the Ministry of Finance, the Minister of Education, the Minister of Finance, and the PRO for Education. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. When you're rocket science, I because you call Pualuguni and Gungu, you call of Kenyans and Gungu. In any case, dear we are in the challenges are we can go back and review and see how best we can get the best results for our kids. Now, sebi. Namo sebi. Mumudu do say na woman or public schools. Sebi. Mumudu do say. Say because you choose moody or more Roman Ranger. Who can talk about it? And that's who can talk about it. But I want a woman education system. I'm more school. More fast saying. All the scholarships, it depends on the regime that is in. Well, you didn't come. All the scholarships, it depends on the regime that is in power. As and Sasio prime areas, it depends on the regime that is in power. Why are politicians doing this to us? They've taken us for granted for too long a time.
But the issue with feeding, senior high school, Enra PTA Council, almost secretary Nebeka said, when free SHS started, first year, second year, third year, and even the fourth year, he answered anti issues about feeding. And what happened from, I think, the last 3 years, this feeding issues, almost every year. Up na duane ni ho na we ni ho na what's the situation?
So the ambassador can we say the Minister of Education and Finance and the PRO for Education, nobody is seeking for the downfall because more fast school mobi. Me this year. So why would I say and I almost sang quite no rather than what bomb catches say ya there na also ade mame and the school feeding caterers or whatever no obi misro and yet and said that minister of the station and the year who or said another and John Mama Brano praise or castle cushion from Sunya Polytechnic you be paint kwanu ina card oni adokwanu ina afio it is another be real cool man John Mama be real cool
as in New York
so who go catch another say e ho afua and I say we are soboti akwa e pema ben yi
me want me ko na say
just 1 week here ni be bia de na kwem. So that deception has been with us for too long a time.
In the matrons na mama nkwala na de sakora.
Now him
ministry ne de nkofo ba ho. Uhu pese emoni be still no.
Emoni be still ka o dada ho. Adanko dada do. Na one minister na kwa investigation. O eya o den na kwa inspection. Who say adanko dada do. One person na be suffer because enye no kure say on a normal day. Now from time in the obi. If you kure say what anyway. Sister B said, "Good, fear said, well, anyway." And people are easily falling for this one. And the whole ministry, yes, a whole ministry. No more picking cameras, everything. Because we do propaganda. We also give political responses and answers to our crisis. This is something that is not good for us as a people. I dear be an old Obi-Wan for one shimbia because Obano and be an old these five international schools or call legacy or call Professor Diamond said the Christian high school or call Roman Rage or call Galaxy or call Koimikaze Galaxy. If you name them call me Johnny Fetch or baby. So you don't feel what we are feeling.
Yes.
We don't feel because all public schools, you know, majority of them over Banos socks are whiter. Now I said a Milo. Because assembly grounds now Kasarobi. Abosi Egusuno. Abosi Egusuno. It's not easy.
And so matrons so na supplies na said that regular. Kakere beba no na mo nso mu wie because
but no make sure say.
Mo nso nyame betu e bi
make sure say your system na boa market as say proye. And then
and you join the student to complain say aduane ni ho e.
And amongst them so three come here no so mo ye na say chese egu
na aduane ba mo
na egu eni ma say nti ono metro no se metro no. Why in the show? Say aduane onya onye. Obaya, do your best. It's better not to cook anything for people to consume than to pretend to be cooking and almost the cameras about no offense you not in chinagum. Now if you the color won't you now ben kwano sa na no for opoku not back on what mama nipa be 18 opoku back and our money. How do you do that? And I they said these things echo out. Question now condemn me say fear now come force answer them. Why are we doing this? So we are the problem. Mr. His Excellency the former president, but listen. His Excellency the current flag bearer for the MPP, Muntie. There are people in this country and within the political parties that if you appoint them to certain authorities, they will do the job accordingly. You will reap the benefits as Ghanaians. And there are people who are following the two political figures now. Oh, my planet, the as they are even in opposition or they are trying to get power. Why do you have that mindset? Sani parunya akwanya kwa abrochire kototo ne dan no e call the health checkups in wia oba no abeye kill no say akeka say lazy people in this country onyame fa born in chew onyame fa born in chew people in authority what they are doing to us obi I heartbreaking. Look at GMPs no am hear John Jinapo me tie Dominic only John Jinapo me tie John Jinapo on this
I think 3 days ago
GMPs I was wailing. I was wailing.
Na GMP's CEO na
I was wailing. I say young guy be there and only Freddie Blaine the one
yeah Freddie Blaine
why are we doing that to ourselves? If they are John Jinapo and my checks is confirming almost 99% of the things to put you out. Are we sick as a country? Obia ba no abefa Ghana say 777 failed. No we dey twitwi anim sa na okọ because obia ntimi hold obia responsible. Ja ni pay di Ghana u pa. Am for no Ghana mo jaw. GMPC and I don't know why the NDC in opposition holding government to accountability no resisting fiercely and collaborating with the media. I have problem for the NDC. Say the MPPC NDC for nampa in opposition. Genuinely they said John Jinapo.
Hey.
Yeah. And GMPC with impunity. They don't owe anybody explanation.
Mompes
with impunity.
CEOs MD need the same.
With impunity.
Mompeni di mame. You have Opoku Dankwa.
With impunity.
No, ahweni Opoku Dankwa.
With impunity.
What's not Ghana here?
You know, you appoint people to come and lord over us.
What you broche no more than a buy.
You appoint people to come and lord over us. GMPC.
That's a Freddie Blames. Watch out. That's Freddie Blames. I bought chairman.
I ran a man who said an over and the man who said an ahuna. You know,
because clearly, no say
some of these things.
Why you bought chairman for almost 8 years? For 8 years.
GMPC they be almost some baby. GMPC won't send baby. You know, Dominic Diano was yeah,
on no foundation.
Yeah, more foundation. Cry become. Monsieur Poncheni Wua. You be who thing. I'm telling you.
No.
No. Because if the authority, if the bosses can do this, yeah, we have to investigate everything.
Okay. The point is that minority do concern. They say government
is concerned. So join me with the minority.
Oh, can I say concern? And they say Aban A use GNPC to contract loans be without recourse to Parliament, and I think from according to John Janapono. Omomu GMPs because say Aban adwumekuo no. So mo kwaje busia bia contingent liability is on the government. In there was some loans no. Once here with international loan bad there. I think article 181 esha omo say omo Parliament enhum. And the GMPs fa kweti kwan bi no mo hyehye baby na loans this omo wodi na nya nkwala loan. And John Janapo cites a meeting a course at the presidency. Na chief of staff wo executive secretary of the president and Kasa GMPC CEO board chairman no nyina wo and omo share omo so omo nkogi loan we omo mfa parliament bia na yade and the nsem we mu nyina but and again he makes the point says ask can people say omo nimade a ye this can ekoye kra nkanya ya
mama can say you see what they do to us when they come, and we have testimonies of a lot of people in power and then in opposition now. This is how they come. They come in all humility. They end up ignoring some of us. Mujina beti so every jump because who we are. Then the end product, is this. I don't know what here.
No,
I'm saying that this is how they come.
And two percent, sound the one
they come.
Or sound the one, no.
But trust it. And then the more
befa no mommy no
then you see omudis are here topmost too the opposition and quite one say
should I do something for you?
That's on Fridays. Whatever. It's every Friday.
It's nice.
Thank you so much.
But they say the moon no my friend.
Now they tell you or K to South and
K to North.
K to North no.
Tell you this is but this particular one was done by a young man in Accra.
A tough power. Who said said Yakov free Amanonidia Bar.
It's very nice.
Your friend is saying, your very young man is saying,
Brandon.
Baum say or yene be brandisi for better
no NDC for crowd. One way crowd because how beautiful it is. That's someone been a Friday. The Friday
creative market forget. Creative market. One business idea.
But I'm sure say Odyssey Parliament.
Oh yeah, a lot of people.
Yeah, it's nice.
Very beautiful.
Yes.
And I was not some so sheba. My name say Ebony trains. How many trains in the Palm no they are, but it's very beautiful.
But I think there are a lot of young guys in the fashion I think on Sunday we went to visit one guy, Bondana.
He was a former president.
Former president was there. President Mahama was there.
Yeah,
beautiful kaftan. Yeah, even Bondana. Yeah, Bondana.
Yeah, me who confirm guy the pump. If I President Mahama Bano.
Yes.
No shit. An every 2 months.
Very nice. President Mahama himself was wearing one. And now the president of Guyana? So Guyana. He came to Ghana recently. Also by no share Bondana, one of Nat.
Oh, and
Gabi Munina, they are wearing his.
Oh, the guys.
Very young.
No,
it's Legon.
Okay.
No, you meet or Legon, and I'm happy.
And I love the way they are directing now.
Yeah.
Oh, who said now? See, when the former president said that, this is one of your shirts, I had difficulty in choosing one. ana the bank say I'm also
Bondana
and they also
I don't who say mo hana afi me hwe go for mo say tare me ni na bi ni e hye size
but Salam Mustafa Salam why na pamontare
me a number of designers
MC
Sto
MC So or he Kumase
they be all Accra oh yeah fantastic
MC So
oh yeah fantastic
I have more numbers I'm from to Jana
oh memo numbers I have another guy called Stallion Stallion he does very well
so most of me party branded
shirt on there and then the finishing there
the finishing
the
solid very that's
everyone the material
there's the colors in your face
colors we color of hope
colors in your face
okay so just 1 second more from number to
if more numbers
okay
I mean more numbers mo nhwe na mo mfa nto dwana amanfo
so obi me come and you know just for your people your young men to also have their say obi yema Ministry of Education yema John Jinapo ebeya fiada yense no metna
no the GMPC story they are interested
na enhwe san komoni nyina no yen subject John Jinapo as we also do our checks no yen subject John Jinapo to the necessary checks because they also catch us say and same be o can be true for the profession or area of
sure
the biano or can ensema close to 100% truth or bro the propaganda no but every biana or kasa fasa nyoma no o make sure because nim sa area no o de ko ye amanyo sema nyame ya adom na se wo ba ebe boy you ti mesre say o tie me number 6 it will not be bad for us to have a conversation Friday whilst mini obini Dominic no your research is the necessary check because GMPC as we speak now no, the impunity with which Omo addresses our situation and I urge Parliament to halt them. That's how a mom post now more bigger than us in the country. No? It's a nuisance.
And I
am and papa. So what them
especially public funds na war in mo custody no man teacher for only been so the information e ba no we say obi I'm a teacher in a secondary school in the Upper East region it's been over 2 years now the students have not taken bread milk and sugar before. I can give you the contacts of students for you to verify
but we know you done as a power for this but we will check
bread and milk and sugar for 2 years
we will check. Oh, say me kase we no
need bread for 2 years.
And I'm say man how obi. Na obi be catch say feeding no until say obi ye conspection ye di beans. Ata mo apampam say you know. Obi hu say aduane bi da opesek. So what's your problem? Yen kase ye danase, but we do our checks. One kasa you should be verification.
Yeah, verification.
We the information the science come we out there banato. But it's not we cannot entirely say that is it. We need to verify so that we will put this information yes or no out and let the authorities, i.e. the education minister and the ministry and the PRO. They be the PROs no say construction workers. I don't know years for no. Now after I'm reconstruction.
Na enye na adwuma no na adwuma na den na PR na adwuma na den.
Wadaroma say enye to do enye reconstruction. Admission also is good sometimes. That in reconstruction.
Yes.
You have to admit say
no but if the education PR no am need in common he admitted such challenges were.
There be obi mantra no. This slogan no.
Yes.
See I say koisija Baba Kache William Boat. So when we said the first conversation here we yajitum say challenges so yajitum say challenges what obi wadaroma an expert in some of these things who said there are no challenges if at this point are you saying that the MPP does not know say challenges war at this point you know say are you saying say Lieutenant Asante be there to Executive Secretary try I enkomo bebrebe of Parliament no mo nim the implications of letter say beto abontia enkomo betim dia ba biribia da no we are na some bribe abeso akotwa NDC time and but that does not develop a country. The wrongs of the NDC they've learned their bitter lessons. If we had done this where and can say get take position, that's why it's an honest responsibility on them. They can't deceive us through promises again. When they come they have no chance or space to lie or deceive again. Unless Oma Junior say Omba Bedi one time the kwa They don't care. But that's not what they are planning. So they cannot take us for granted as maybe some years back they took us for granted. Today, they should be more than serious and focused. And they should be measured in the promises that they give. Because reality is that Obiani who are waiting about catches over must stabilize. And Mekwa, Bibiada, no my framan on the crab or mind himself. Nayankasi, Mekwa to Ebesini, and Timin Jan and Nasuda. Na yedaso edi fango hu komono edi agrosa.
No, so omonye new MD ne board, new board.
Or by how many times? Yeah, 8 times. I'm saying 866 times. The board, MD board, MD board, MD bomb, Ed board. Yes, sir. To if Mr. Just make it here. Now, to such about to be to. And I'm wondering why Obi you are in that area.
New board, no say membership of the board, no.
But Ghana should only be a problem.
Are they?
Say titles and quadia. Everybody you checking the background. Obi, you're asking yourselves, hey, women in Ghana, hey. It will cause where you be okay. But me catch it's so sad say now me say aboso kaini in all humility. Aboso kaini for be a PhD for be a now aboso kaini central market ni market day at accessory market. Accessory when you cry in your kwenya so betina Ghana so I will give those people the benefit of the doubt. Ask me why, because only some of the whys, even though you can be able to tell me some of the negatives about Africa as a country. But the way omo mako suku not even in this country. The Lincolns and the Oxford and whatever, no. Harvard, Omono implementation of Nyoma Edema, no. It's like, ya say ya confuse, yeah, they say ye dear pa friend ye no. To be misre.
Mati, where say Obi, the power of admission has been taken from the headmasters and headmistresses to curb corruption, but same has been given to Goro boys at the placement center. The amount of money these guys are making there is insane. I tried changing the school of my niece last year to St. Rosie's at Akwetia. I was charged 8,000 Ghana cedis. So in our attempt to cure a problem, we've created a huge monster than hitherto. Let's watch it. Dallas and Poma Williams. I don't know if you paid the 8,000 though. But we said,
Naobi, how do we make these things attractive? Oh, Dallas, no, who could try there? Say very attractive.
No, I don't want to believe.
And what did you do to that said person or no cast
or charge you says
Yeah, Obi, that is the problem now. Because they be other no in common way there, be this how. And that's how Obi when him say our experience why amount for say year for visa.
Yes.
In fact, that no them need dummy anyone.
Yes.
Me Obi bring me physical $20,000. And about to me show me left say no show about to TTC exam. Me fan in America. Me just say, hey, already home with the open front page now man.
Oh.
Now catch us the master. You have $20,000.
Open America. No,
and you want to go to America? And one of the calculating said, already all money business ideas.
Oh.
This country where I find myself as a farmer in terms of poultry farming.
Yes.
At $20,000.
No, on him what it would take for him to make that money in America. To make $20,000 in America.
Very common.
The perception is that
make good money.
Yeah.
People are paying. People are actually charging $30,000.
You'll be quite the same. I'm buy.
$30,000.
Yeah. And people will sell properties here
just
to go and sleep outside.
Meanwhile, Obi, of late trend that is that Unkofo drew now Omo no mu. And I don't want to come back.
Now we know
what to be biawoko.
Now you come and start. Now call London. Now depend on where you are in London. When you're one room, self-contained. They in central London money at £800 a month. Bills mayo.
Now, on a new trend, you know, because of appointment dates now,
yes,
somehow years ahead.
Guys need to be working appointment month for the
South Africa.
No, they are watching.
Ghana for apply
from
Nigeria, South Africa,
Cote d'Ivoire
for visa
to go to the US.
Visa we need it's
spending about $40,000. But you know what it would take to make $40,000 in the US? $40,000 now when you juma a year to say you can also new immigration laws now for you to be able to stay after school. And also when you juma a year, we are prepared to pay you £38,000. If you have that money in Ghana, Now so person what the visa they call UK. £38,000. Now Obi Ejuma oya for the whole year no.
A move.
Yeah,
almost
rice
100
farm.
acres. Almost 100 acres. And it returns in a year, you can make around 400,000
in a year.
in a year, depending on how you manage your farm. Into say when you improve any behavior, you can still make some decent amount of money. Then, young, able-bodied young men and women, many to my. Then there are vast lands lying there.
On one chrome, can my friend say, as I said, the house.
It's not attractive because the background and share white.
It's very true.
And tacky in and bob belt and share shoes.
It's true. No, be me the name quite show question Biana. They look at me something. I could say autonomous.
You are now. I want to find a way to even do dry season farming.
Yeah, advancing now. Yeah, Juniper ways a means of making money. No? People look down. It's all on them.
So when you're $20,000, that's almost $3 billion.
$20,000.
What they call US.
No, be any Hanoma. Paying for free, catch say, ya do be 20,000 cities, or pay immigration, or pay military, or pay police. Your more they will have people still don't do it.
Yeah.
The system allows people to do it continuously and check anyway. Yeah, anyway.
It's a mindset. Your mindset is a very big problem. Into going forward, your person mind we answer your socio-cultural educational mindset is key. Some of them are socio-cultural, cultural problems. It is a young pair against such and from my development that we are looking for now. It will be elusive. You better join for once. A buying bay and a family. But because he needs to buy into it will be difficult to get the exact.
Yes.
You know, I talked about irresponsible citizens.
And who name say,
responsible
care about young guys here,
Yeah.
I bet say umate ya only really gone. I mean, this was a fashion design or baby. On Pama
or marketing.
Or your market. On Pama
the ideas.
How many trends?
How many trends?
Oh, you engineer. Any tamale.
Yes.
How many trends?
Yes.
No, you ejuma.
Yes.
Olam. I'm in university. All of a sudden, me and I was sending me pictures. You know, at Adie. I said, what's up? And then today. Yusuf is well to do.
The money the guy is making.
Yes,
what? How many friends? Yusuf is well to do.
And I'm catching on life, no can history. The now for a best seller.
But you all start to know. I'm telling you, DMX is not a life, but my friend DMX. Yusuf, not a life.
See that best seller. Not me. I'm going to be turning then. I'm turning me blue.
But don't be.
Never treat you. You have to just
mindset.
Say you need to get some time. Promote young guys.
Sure. We do it. I mean, we sometimes
even with shoes and all of that. There's a gentleman around UPS, a friend Giddens. Now you're senior 1 year or Legon.
Yeah.
Or starting, you know, people were laughing because he will go to Kumasi, get the shoes sometimes.
Exactly. They will laugh at you.
Out on shoes
today. This is making it big.
Yeah, big.
I even see him on some international platforms like conferences.
Last
week, because Caveman,
Anthony
Jamaica on the office.
Yes,
was there be a follow brand? No, once in a while you wear Caveman. But I wanted to see his production line, how he does it, you know, because there were rumors say, oh, I didn't know he just takes it from China. But me call it. The guy is sitting on a multi-million and a multi-billion industry out any ideas.
Wow.
Extremely good. But the question is, what are the support systems?
Yeah.
And
the kind of watches the guy does.
I'm telling you.
Because on my birthday, I think 4 years ago, no be torn the watch back on a brand. Caveman. And the we watch that's a brand new. Yeah. And I wear it almost every week.
One of the saddest problems. He complained about one thing. Almost every big man in this country, you know, either will be able to watch when they are customized for the person as a gift, and I know the check of
yes.
But when you see them, they don't like wearing it. Meanwhile, the qualities.
The quality is top notch.
You know,
if you listen to
Caveman,
Dr. Baumia's speech,
the number of people he has employed
on the 7th of February, he talks about
Dr. Baumia. The moment you bring Dr. Baumia, John Mahama spoke
about let me finish this. Make you concluding remarks. So, young guys now nyame madom what me raise $20,000 rather than say opesa okot na brooch and yen discourage obi ase men kwa brooch but dream who for a second say what me identify very good tailor for madam for bako North Kaneshi Thais clothing on Pama de e hona me Dominic e pam ye nioma or na tailor for or no agadom he does the marketing into or showroom or manage showroom no it imagines when you're $20,000 what you mean enya machines yibi say industrial sewing machines yibi because $20,000 who bet me enya decent ones what pay tailor for ni ma de na omugu ho e pam ma won what a small showroom and then we here showroom because cut out guy your palm black stars for entire of the nations camp sir
me woni nyama
yes
I have cut out.
I mean, oko ni fear or no any fear one room and wape industrial machines be me and san ego na tailor for no ego and or more permanent man emano and or no use social media and the social media you free or the be market or neoma kama you make more money than going to live in the US or the UK.
Okay, so
you make way more money.
Obo just says anyway. Also, me wa football club in Ketu.
Yes.
And you're designing your home and away kit for the season. Was a very beautiful design. I contacted a number of people, made it to online. Almost say, it's difficult. You know, China and all of that. And I will be introducing me to one young my friend Abdul. I've never met him. We just spoke on the phone. He's sending a design. I'll say it is possible. He can do it here in Ghana. Oh yeah, you know. When you look at the jerseys, look, there is no difference between jersey now and then the look at how beautiful the jersey is. You can have a look. Sewn here in Ghana. Young, I've never met him till today. Until or send him in the Momo number. Yeah, transaction. No, he delivered on time. So Leon I'll catch him and say, look, he can sew for Black Stars, he can sew for all the teams here and all of that. But all the teams, and all of that.
Everything
is creating jobs.
Yes, empowering. Obi no ma trade fair ma me no. Now was a creative arts for no I shall say ekasa.
Honorable Kojo Bajiman said nipa no pam justice no fa ne number emano. Na Omanhene Kwabena. Yes, Oman me part of
trade fair. Me was a creative arts which I am a part of no. Omo kasa say demolition bi akoso.
Yeah, ma say dome na na e wo no.
Omo be maye chirimu yi. So at say bia na mpese mo develop we because papa no matese makenkan say o kasa odigana court na wako boy ka if it's assembly me I'm not on top of that but me want a demolition exercise across those in the industry they are really talking so the new minister Mesa and then the deputy the stakeholders quickly they should go to the Mame the Agnes
Edu
yes
na trade fairs what no my ko mo nka hwe nchi enye bubu nimpo omo de kan ye demolition o kai Raymond Chance sem de hu komo wa no be 4 years ago since then musibu be see international standard world class trade fair center eko 8 years
but so ni board chairman
enye eyi papa ikra Macaulay Magdan on the board chairman I mean, Charlie, it was 7 years. Obianka Rincho, Obia, say investors in MIU, say new money a day. How did they swing from the Ghanaian people?
Be Honosukra. It's a mabenim pay and Mabakajo say it will be in interest because sometimes if you are commodity initiated to a bontin and you no current. Oh,
it's not fair.
And to own say, on between the crater be about trouble in Chimwaba because sometimes they might act with a good intent, but they will be misrepresented outside.
Yes.
Any panty the anti-trade fair for Israel. In him timelines or somebody pay a trade fair and international one. Anna Agnes MPP maybe my OG trade fair and go. So I say, and that's it near Joe. As it Omabija Cathedral to create 2 years. So I say, and also it's reserved for another day. Finally, game park for omo young guy back. Your friend say good fellow.
Good fellow. Day of Faye.
Day of Faye.
Day of Faye.
Day.
Yeah.
But as a man, you're careful, resisting almost style on the track, single number. No?
Yeah.
Yeah, quite tempting.
Yeah, tempting.
Yeah, so for the because homo boy, my dear, I don't go homo BTB to the game. See, good fellow. I'm telling you, we all. And we are Pippin. If you want to be part of the game, you can check single one. I will be sure that one of them in there, baby. I was in the minute there, come with you. And paramedic with you. Fantastic guy.
Yeah.
My man Chano.
Fantastic. Yeah, catching himself. Jam mischief.
Well, mischief.
No, but good fellow has been.
Oh, yeah.
A very good friend for so many years.
Solid guy.
But you should stop the mischief.
No. Day of Faye.
But he was one of our managers when I was running for national youth organizer.
Oh, okay.
Look at campaign managers.
Yeah. Very fantastic.
They don't manage campaign. They come.
If I had known that, I would have supported your opponent.
No, the color, no. Or the true one, a bit too akawana.
Ni tuntum no. On the way to mo.
On the bill as a 1 8
Bailey tum saying.
And a bills watch video.
Bailey tum saying. Yeah, Bailey tum.
Bailey tum. But when you're Mafozo. Banzimana Muni Paco, who do you would you fade? The Paco caught me freeze, but once so no muti won't teach. Oh, wait, and I'm so helpful. If I can come school, but yes, you'll be dancing.
Enti yɛwɛ no Omanhene Kwabena Asante ase Edem nso ba beboa enti yɛbɛda ɔno nso ase former SRC president at University of Ghana Legon no Charlie or brutal any ade a ɔkɔ akɔpre as member of parliament ɛwɔ Ketu North ekosi saying